You need to know this fact to understand the world. Are you ready for this? This is one fact you should never forget. It's not obvious, and you're going to disagree when you hear it. But think about it, and it'll sink in. Are you ready? No government, whether a democratic form or a dictator, no government of any kind ever can survive a free press that does a good job. It can't be done. Every government has to control their press to survive as a government. No exceptions. America, Canada, Europe. Pick a country that you think would never do that. Yes, they are doing that. Different ways. Now, if you're a dictator, you just say, if you do bad stories, I'll put you in jail. So the dictators have the easy way to do it. How do you think we do it in the United States? Well, let's say you're an owner of a big media enterprise, whatever it is. You could be the CEO, or you could be the owner if you just own it outright. And your job is to talk to politicians and get the stories. And then the politicians say, we're never going to talk to you unless you're kind of good to us. And then they say, oh, I can't really be in the news business if I can't even talk to people. So they won't even talk to me. I'll never even get an interview with the presidential candidate unless I play ball a little bit. All right, I'll play ball a little bit. Then the CIA contacts you and says, you've heard a story that's kind of bad for the United States. It'd really be good if you were a patriot, if you kind of didn't tell that story. And then the publisher or the CEO says, oh no, we are a news organization. That is the news. We're going to tell the news. And then the CIA guy says, well, you're free to do that. But probably there'll be situations in which you'd like, let's say, the law to go your way. Maybe regulation is a little too strong. Maybe there's something that you've invested in separately from your media entities that you'd like to go a good way. But all of that's going to start getting really tough for you. The government's going to look at you as sort of an unfriendly entity. And suddenly you're going to get audited. Your businesses will come under pressure. The Department of Justice will start investigating things you've done. And it's going to be really, really tough for you to stay in business. But if you write things that we like, you get to be invited to all the parties. The president will have you over at the White House. So in a million different ways, they can either blackmail or bribe media entities. And then at some point, it becomes like Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is where if you kidnap somebody, like Patty Hearst was kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army decades ago, it's a known thing that you end up identifying with your captors. So our media has been captured for so long that I don't think they're aware that they're owned, at least most of them. I think they look around and they say, okay, if I tell the story this way, I could probably get promoted and write a book and be invited on all the shows. If I write the story this other way, as soon as there's a financial problem in the company and they have to reduce the staff, I'm first in line to go. So you don't have to explain it to anybody. Everybody understands at some point, and it becomes a Stockholm Syndrome. We've got to protect our side, and it's all fake. So there is no country that has real news. Does anybody disagree with that? There's no country that has real news, and never has. And anything that you believe in which some countries have free press, never. There is no way the government can survive if the free press can tell the public the truth. Never. It's completely 100% unsurvivable. So all news has to be fake everywhere all the time about the political stuff. Other stuff could be real. How many of you didn't know that? Is there anybody here saying, really? Wait, you're telling me we can't fix it? No, you can't fix it. It is fixed. The fake news is the fix. It's not broken. The only way that we can have a strong country, or anybody else, China, anybody, is to have fake press. There's no other way. And once you realize that the gears of the machine are that, well, then you can see it.